Hey guys, good morning. I wanted to say thanks again for all the awesome comments and new subscribers that are interested in what the hell I have to say and my videos. It does mean a lot, and I'm already having dreams of new videos that I want to do, which is I should be doing the videos more, huh? Anyway, I wanted to talk about something I'm really passionate about. That it's a little bit hard to articulate sometimes, but I want to talk about belief. And what really kicked this off for me today to talk about this is I got a comment. Now, comments like this don't bother me anymore. You know, when I first started getting a lot of comments and people would leave a comment and say something like, "This is bullshit, you know, you're a liar," or "this tape isn't real," or whatever, I would be like, God damn, you know, how do I approach this? Just ignore it or try to, you know, send messages to these people? Well, I got another one yesterday, and see, this isn't really what I'm talking about. I'm going to use this as an example, okay? Just a little bit of an example. It's like a small sliver of a big picture. Some kid or somebody, most likely a kid, I would guess, just by reading it. But it was like, you know, started off, ha 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 ha. You really think we're supposed to believe, you know, this tape is real? This is so fake. You know, there's real fans on here. You know, something for that extent. And you know, I just read it and I'm just like, all I could do is just shake my head and just, you know, forget it, you know, whatever. And, you know, like probably within a week ago, there was somebody that just wrote fake. Okay, now this gets me, you guys probably know exactly where I'm going with this. You know, some of you do. And I will make another example. I found a video of, I forget the robot it is, but they sent a robot to Mars to film Mars. You know, it's on Mars and it's driving around filming the desolation of Mars and all the rocks and whatever. I have no doubt that's taking place, you know. Everything I've heard and everything I've seen, there's more towards it happening than not happening. Okay? Anyway, you go to comments, like if you go to the newest footage of like film landscape of Mars and you go to the comments, you will be absolutely just blown away by how many people are like, "This is fake, what a bunch of bullshit," you know, da 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 da. You know, I mean, it's just like people that are just, I mean, on and on and on. There's probably as many like thumbs downs as thumbs ups, you know. And I'm looking at it. I mean, everything about it is like, you know, yeah, this is real. Okay, now we're gonna move on. Now, there's a lot of things. Say, okay, you know, the whole idea of fake news, and okay, great, you know, if you don't trust the news, okay, but there's obviously news that you can tell that is more likely real, you know, or let's just fake this and fake that. It really is. It's like everything's been flipped flipped around. And hear me out on this, because I'm seeing this more and more, and I'm thinking like the younger generation is being born into this society where, you know, they're instantly, it's very confusing. And part of it's education, because the education system is going to teach you a whole lot of stuff that you're going to go like, well, what, you know, what the hell, you know, you're already going to like, your belief system is getting kicked into gear, and you can't control it, you know, you're being forced into a belief system at a young age. Anyway, this is what I'm trying to say. It seems like people are more often believing as truth things that are not true, and they're not believing things that are true to an extent. Like, there's a lot of that going on. Now, either way, putting your heart and truth and belief into either way, you know, either not believing it or believing it, is dangerous. You know, it is. That's why an open mind is what's important, you know, keeping an open mind, listening closely, seeing where the real facts lay, you know. And like, you know, that's another thing. It's just like, it seems like people put, you know, I'm going to use, you can almost take any religion, and I'm sure there's some religious people out there, and I don't want to offend anybody, but at all, you know, but religion is a perfect example, you know, where you have mythology. It's absolutely mythology, okay, whether you find it truth or not, you know, but you find people that are over the top in thinking something is true and then living their lives around it. You know, with you know, you go back far enough to ancient Greece, okay? We'll do this because even very religious people look at ancient Greece and all the gods they had for everything. And now, you know, every religion, everybody can call it mythology. Okay? But at that time, they all believed it. They knew it. You know, the story of Hercules is basically the story of Christ. You know, the story of Horus is basically the story of Christ. If you really look into the history of it, and it all follows the sun rising and the sun falling from light to darkness, good, evil, you know. It's like when it's a sunny day, the birds are chirping, the animals are out, people are happy, people are talking, people are... When it gets dark, you can't quite see things clearly. Something can scare you. The darkness can scare you alone. If there's no lights on, someone walking behind you can freak you out. Glowing eyes in the distance can scare the hell out of you. So many things can freak you out until a light comes on. Somebody turns on a light. You know, that's like, you have a nightmare, you turn on the light and it's like, you know, like, oh, alright, you know, I've been saved. I've been saved by the light. You know. Anyway, the mythology that swirls around in society is devastating. Absolutely devastating. And it may be the end of the human race. It may just at one point, that's it. Let's cross our fingers, the bombs never go off, but yeah, okay, we won't go there. But, things have gotten that crazy where it's all in the mind, It's all in the belief system. So you guys that have watched my videos long enough, the belief system is that it's to consider things as the unknown and just leave it that way is the safest way to go. Gather information. Create intelligence. Look at things as truth when they are absolutely, not when your belief system calls them true. You look at something for what it is. You watch a video of a strange robot driving on something that we've seen that looks like Mars. I mean, it's a desolate, rocky, reddish, brownish planet. Okay. I'm looking at that, and someone's calling. Do I put my beliefs into it and put a passion into that's no. I'm looking at it. Someone says, oh, okay. What I know, it's like people that call the Earth flat, and there's a lot of people that call the Earth flat. I met these kids. I think I talked about this on here, but I met these kids down at Kobayashi, and a couple of them were telling me that they believe the Earth is flat, and there's nothing that proves otherwise. And I'm just and that's where there's just you gotta just draw the line. It's just what is going on? People are absolutely losing their shit, and if this continues at this pace, more and more people are getting drawn into ideologies and belief systems that are corrupting their freaking brain. I mean, it is mental illness, guys. We see it. We see people attempting to murder others or murdering others over ideologies and belief systems. And most people know that, wow, this person's lost their shit. But everybody that knows that person is oh, he was normal. He was our neighbor. He never seemed like there was anything wrong. He doesn't. Yeah, he's. Oh boy. Anyway, I wanted to talk about that and share your feelings. On the page. I love to hear insights or links or whatever. When it comes to the solar Christ mythology, it's incredibly interesting. And if you guys, if you want to find some stuff really interesting, you go into the combined mythology of the story of Christ throughout the last 5,000 years, starting back with Krishna and the Hindus and where many of the religions today came out of Hinduism. They came out of that earlier. So anyway, and that's a fact. It is fact. The stories have proven to move on in a way. I mean, a historian will tell you that. you know. Somebody like Joseph Campbell, you know, you listen to Joseph Campbell, you know, you can see how mythology has progressed throughout history to where it is today, you know. Anyway, all right, thanks for listening. We'll talk to you